Hi guys, this is Sahid. We shall be looking actually at the Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program, which is the MPNP. So Manitoba is also one of the provinces in the prairies of Canada, and it's got its capital and the largest city being Winnipeg. So looking at the immigration program for Manitoba, it offers actually three streams with the respective pathway through which you can actually immigrate to the province of Manitoba and become a permanent resident of Canada. So we got a skilled worker, the international education, the business investor, and the federal immigration program. So our focus today would be on the skilled worker stream. So the skilled worker stream is locally driven and based on the needs of Manitoba employers. It is kind of a system that focuses on the internationally trained and experienced workers who have skills needed in the local market in Manitoba. So these individuals are nominated and they receive the Canadian permanent resident visas to settle and work in the province of Manitoba. So, like I said, we would be focusing on the skilled worker part of this Manitoba provincial nomination. So, and in this, the skilled worker overseas is the one that we would actually be focusing on today, which is the SWO. So, what they're looking at are people who have connections to Manitoba via the support of family members or friends or previous education or work experience in the province, or those that also have invitation to apply received directly from the MPNP as part of a strategic recruitment initiative of the province of Manitoba. So what happens basically is that in the SWO is that you are able to demonstrate your established connection to Manitoba through either the support of a family member or a friend in Manitoba. And also you're looking at your previous education and work experience in the province of Manitoba, which is a way you can actually prove your connection to the province, as well as the invitation part. So basically, you're looking at least a 60-point average based on the five factors that they're looking at, ranging from language proficiency to age, work experience, education, and adaptability. So if you do not have a connection to Manitoba, unfortunately, you're not eligible to apply under the SWO, regardless of what you do score on the point total. So for the connection, so wherever the person lives in Manitoba does not matter. What matters is your connection to the province. And in that case, it could be a relative, it could be a friend who is willing and able to review and endorse the applicant's plan for settling and finding employment in the province of Manitoba. So you're looking at someone that is able to provide documents when the time comes, and that would be, take for instance, the person has lived continuously in the province for at least 1 year, and a typical example of a document that can show that is the Manitoba Health Card. So we are looking at someone that is a citizen or permanent resident, and you're able to also, the person is able to demonstrate a sufficiently close ties to the applicant and to Manitoba. So also the ability to demonstrate that any applications that they previously supported resulted in successful permanent economic establishment in Manitoba, and also the ability to support the applicant settlement plan. So for close relatives, both the applicant and supporter must provide documents providing a familiar relationship. So they must be able to prove their relationship to the Manitoba province. So it could be a sister, a brother, a niece, nephew, aunt, uncle, cousins, and what have you. So in terms of the points, these are the factors from language. So if you're able to get on the CLB 8 or higher, which we actually explained in one of our previous videos, so you would be having 20 points or total. And age, if you between the ages of 21 to 45, then 10 points, which is the maximum you can get on age, would be yours. Um, for work experience, it is 4 years or more would fetch you the total mark of 15. And education, a master's degree or doctorate, which is the highest, will give you a point total of 25. So, and a connection to Manitoba would give you a 20 points. Okay. So, these are the people who cannot actually apply to the MPNP. How to apply? So, basically, you're looking to create an expression of interest profile, and that's clicking on this. Now the pool works is that once you successfully created an EOI, you will be entered into a pool of all eligible candidates. With the province will now rank people using several factors. If you're among the highest scoring candidates or you're among the candidates having the highest score, then you might be invited to submit an application to the MPM. In terms of the documents required, so you need to read through all the policies and the procedural manual just to have an idea of what needs to be in place and what you need to do. And your supporting documents, basically, you would have to go through all of that on this page to know how it works and what you need to have in place in terms of your credentials, your certification, language proficiency or your language ability, the test outcome or result, settlement fund, and all of that. So you need to look at all of that. And your employment basically in the last 5 years. So what happens after completing your application is that within 6 months, the MPNP reviews or assesses the application. And delays usually occur for people when there is need for additional work or verification is required due to a number of reasons, which may vary from one person to the other. So, for instance, if your supporter or your connection to Manitoba, the focal point that you're using or the person that is actually supporting your application is supporting multiple applications, that might be a problem and you might not be able to get underway as quickly as you can because there would be kind of some red flags over there. So again, if the Manitoba employer is making multiple job offers and there are things around that. So these are things especially for those that are within or that have studied or that find a job in Manitoba or that have studied and transited from studying to job and all that. So also if there are documents that are kind of suspicious, that would also lead to some form of delays because they would need to be critically verified. So after receiving your nomination, the provincial nominees would be responsible for completing and submitting a complete application for permanent residency, which is called a PR, to the IRCC, and This needs to be done within 180 days from the date of their nomination. So this is kind of a summary of what happens in Manitoba. So guys, go for it. This is another option to go for in Canada. So if you do think that you've looked at some other provinces and they're not really looking like yours, so this is another option that you can really go for, and it's got quite a number of opportunities, especially based on the fact that if you got family members or you got friends living over there, they can actually help with your application by you being able to claim your connections to Manitoba, among other factors that really do count in your own favor. So this is where we're going to bring this to a close today. I would say if you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and also hit the subscribe button so that as soon as we drop in new videos, you would have them foster and drop on all your gadgets. Thanks for being there all the time, and see you some other time. Thank you.